Health is the very foundation of the human experience, because your human experience depends literally on your body. So and health is the upkeep of the human body. And once again, so I said, here are key things. I said health, the foundation of the human experience. I didn't say your mundane little existence where you get a job, ejaculate, go to bed and start over. I said the human experience. And human experience, that means where are you? You're on Earth. What the fuck is Earth? What am I doing on Earth? Where is Earth? It doesn't matter what you believe in, right? You don't have the answers to these questions. And the human body is your vessel in which you experience this plane of existence. And you don't even know how it works. You don't even know what it's for. Right? It's kind of like you put a little child in a Ferrari. You know what the little child's going to do? He's going to play with the blinkers. He cannot fathom that this car can fly. Almost. He's playing with the blinkers. This is exactly, because the child's consciousness is so petite, has no sense that there's a car. How do you build a car? The power of a car. What you do with a car. Kid doesn't understand that there's roads. That roads lead you to places, and where these places take you can be interesting things, fun things, horrible things. God knows what kind of things, and that on such a road there's other people going other places. The child cannot fathom any of that. He plays with a blinker, and that's his Homer Simpson style. Blinker on, blinker off. Blinker on, blinker off. Right? So you have human beings who have no sense of where they are and what this vessel does and what it can do. And so when you address the subject of disease, suffering, or death, let's just focus on disease. It highlights the height of ignorance. And people are very uncomfortable with this. There's no conversation. You cannot, if you really want to have a true conversation about the process of disease, you don't have a choice but to find answers to these fundamental existential questions that people do not want to answer, because then it gets, well, this is religious, let's not get into that. Well, this is spiritual, everybody has their opinion. I'm like, no, I don't care. Your opinion is one thing, then there's reality. Reality, no, it's impossible. There's no such thing as reality. No, right, of course, there's no such thing as reality. It's all relative. You see, we can't have such a conversation with such people. But to understand disease, which is in the human body, and the human body is undistinguishable from the mind. And as we've spoken about in so many of my videos, well, what is the mind? And we live in mind, and our brain is essentially our personal computer that allows us to plug into the big mind. How's that divisible from the body? It's not. And the circuitry that connects the two through all kinds of, right? We're going to break this down later. Well, so you're in a grid. So your health is connected to that small grid, which takes you in a bigger grid. And who the hell wants to talk about that? That becomes esoteric. That's not esoteric at all. That's so basic. Right? So it puts people it confronts them to how grand life is. And if there's one thing I've learned over the years, people are terrified of the grandeur of life. They want it to be on a drawing. So they feel, I can grasp it. This is a human cell. It's a drawing. Forget that such a human cell has never been seen in any microscope like this, ever. That's another thing you can look into. Shout out to one of my mentors, who's a doctor who talks about this stuff. Smart ass motherfucker. So the point is, people like to make things small because when they're confronted to the big, it highlights their ignorance. And people don't like to feel ignorant. Well, that's the disease. Disease equals ignorance. So the quest for health is a quest for knowledge about the human experience. And the human experience, well, it starts with the body, because if there's one thing which is nobody can argue, is you got a body. Then, well, it thinks. And this thinking process is directly connected to the machine and to the physiology of the body. So how does all of that work? Well, that's huge already. Then I can just push it 1 degree. Well, what is thought? Where does thought come from? Why do I think? What thinks? For what purpose? So this is the very foundation of the human experience. And just to question this opens you up to such a vast, 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 vast ocean of knowledge. And people are terrified of it.